first time in this building, and a long time since I've been in here.
What's the first month or so been like on the job for you?
Well, pretty fantastic. I've gotten to a lot of great college hockey games, and we're getting moving with the conference and trying to accomplish some of our key priorities for this first year. And it's nice because we've got quite a long leadway before we start our first season in 13 and 14. But meeting a lot of great people within the sport and really enjoying that.
Can you kind of talk about, I guess, expectations for the conference? Obviously, taking people from the WCHA and some of the other power conferences. What do you expect, first season, I guess?
Well, the expectations for the conference by the athletic directors and the coaches are pretty high. They would like this to be a premier college hockey conference, maybe the premier single sport conference in the NCAA. And I think the history, legacy, tradition, and strength of the programs within the conference certainly give it that opportunity. And it'll be up for us at the conference office to do as well as we can to support the conference and create the exposure and revenue opportunities for the programs in the conference as a whole. And so the expectations are certainly very, very high for this conference.
What does UND bring to the conference? Why did you guys invite them?
Well, the athletic directors actually formed and invited UND before I was the commissioner, but certainly there's no secret to the fact that with history and tradition and legacy of this program and strength of the program, that UND is certainly the premier program in the conference and one of the premier programs, if not the premier program in the country. And the following that UND has across the country, the fact that they sell this building out for almost every home game, and the overall strength of the program on ice is certainly the reasons that UND is one of the lead schools in this conference.
Are you guys worried about the Sioux nickname battle that's going on right now?
Well, I don't think it affects the conference because I would expect that will be solved by the time the 13-14 season rolls around. And I think for everybody concerned with this program, they would expect that as well. And so hopefully that will be done by the time we begin our first season.
Does the league have a home for the conference tournament yet?
No, that is one of with really three key priorities we're working on right now. One is the home for our conference championship. Second is the Director of Hockey Operations hire, which is midstream right now. We've had over 120 candidates for that position from all different areas of college sports, professional sports, and certainly great college hockey backgrounds and professional hockey backgrounds in those 120 candidates. So that's a key priority for us. And then third is getting our brand established and designed and our brand identity launched. So those are the three key things we're working on now. But we're pretty close. I think we'll be able to announce a conference championship site within a couple of weeks.
Do you guys want it for sure to be in the Twin Cities, or is there any other option?
Well, we're looking at all options right now. Certainly the Excel Energy Center, Target Center. We're looking at on-campus sites, including this arena here, and we'd certainly love to play here if it works out. And so, but we're also looking at CenturyLink and Pepsi Center in Denver. So we're looking at all of our options right now, and nothing's been ruled out at this point.
Could there be a rotation? I mean, I know the Big Ten wants to get into the XL Center. If they do that, probably not every year for them, because the Michigan schools will want it. Could there be a rotation?
Yeah. My expectation at this point is that the Big Ten will seek the Twin Cities one year and Detroit on an alternating basis. So that could potentially be an option for our conference to be in the Twin Cities every other year as well. And so that's certainly something under consideration, whether we do that or we try and establish a 3 to 5 year agreement in one venue and really try and build the conference championship that way. That's all up for consideration by the directors at this point.
If there is a tournament in the XL and you guys decide the Target Center, is that same weekend? Is there concerns about that at all?
I think that'd be pretty tough if we were in Target and Minnesota qualified for the conference championship and was across town at the XL. That would make a pretty tough conference championship for both. I think for both conferences. So that'd probably be something we would try and avoid.
How do you guys go about setting up officials for the league? do you hire a director of officials first and he seek them out, or do you have a process for that? Or
Process isn't formally established yet. I know that between the directors and others in the conference, and I've been contacted by a few prospective officials, there's been a lot of conversations back and forth between officials currently working in different conferences now that would like to work for the national in 13 and 14. But the director of hockey operations will have that responsibility, and there'll probably be a director of officiating working with him as well, either appointed or hired by the conference, full or part-time. And once this season's over, we'll begin that in earnest. And we'd like to have our director of hockey operations on board before the Frozen Four in Tampa, and then really begin to move, because I think there'll be a lot of competition for officials for the Big Ten, WCHA, and us once this season's over.
so you'll have the hockey ops guy in before the,
Yeah, we hope to.
okay.
We hope to. Whether they start full-time or not, I don't know, but we'd hope to have our hiring process complete by then, which is a pretty aggressive timeline because we want to involve the coaches in the conference in the process. And we hope a lot of them are still working into April.
Will that guy be, the hockey ops guy be stationed in Colorado Springs too?
Yes, we want all of our staff in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
Back to the nickname thing. Sorry, are you monitoring it, or how closely are you watching it? Or are you just kind of hoping that it's done by then, or?
Well, I think we're watching it like everybody, and we as the conference don't have a role in it, and certainly talked to Brian about it on a number of occasions. But I think it's something that, just based on looking at it from the outside, will probably come to a head sooner or later and get resolved one way or the other. But saying that, it's had a long history already, so it could continue to go on. But we'll deal with that when we start our first season and see how it goes from there. But we're not taking a position on that right now.
Any more questions, guys?
That's it.
Thank you.